Nick Sabaka III just had one of the greatest freshman seasons ever seen in college football, where he caught 20 interceptions and finished as a Heisman Trophy finalist. Sadly, his Oklahoma team fell short in the first round of the college football playoffs, but the future was looking bright for the Sooners. Nick's coaches had been amazed throughout the season at his almost robotic drive to improve. He literally ate, slept, and breathed football, and didn't really have any personality or interests outside of it. He had never dated and had no friends, and every day when he got home from practice, he would obsessively watch film for hours, do some yoga to stay limber and relax, and then go to bed at 8 p.m. while his teammates were out partying. Many people in the YouTube comments have inquired about why Nick is bald, and the answer to that question is simple. He shaved his head so that he would be more aerodynamic. Going into his sophomore season, Nick III will settle for nothing short of winning the Heisman Trophy, and if he can't win it this year, I'll shave my head myself and send all of my hair to one random person who likes and comments on this video. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's get it, man. We start season 2 Take It on UTEP, and what should hopefully be an easy win, and Nick gonna start it out with a big hit. We're off to a good start out 14-0. Ball hasn't come Nick's way a ton, but they're gonna throw it to him here, and he gets another big hit chopping down the running back. And Nick's coach has got him playing a little bit of nickelback this year, which I'm not sure if I like. And we were just a second away from getting the pick there. It'll be another tackle for loss though. I'm gonna need that pick before the first half is over, and playing the flat zone here. We're gonna guard the seam, and they're coming our way. Give me that. It's gonna be Nick's first pick of the season, and can we take this? UTEP's got some slow dudes on the team, and we are gonna be able to make it happen. Nick's first pick goes back for 6, and the Heisman campaign starting out nice. So that takes us to the second half, where we're looking pretty good, and Nick's gonna get a nice break up there. I am annoyed that Nick's had to play the slot so much this game. He's definitely better at outside corner, but they're going with a fade ball here, and we're on that. I thought Nick was about to drop it, but he came up with it on the bobble, and we do get our second of the day. We'll take it. So not an insanely dominant win against UTEP, but Nick was able to get his stats, so I'm happy. And with that, we actually break the SEC career interception record. And you know we're already locking down our first National Defensive Player of the Week, as we're going to be able to fully upgrade our hands here. So now we're up to 80. So now we're up to 94 catching, 88 spectac, and we'll be able to upgrade the man coverage as well. In game 2, we head to the big house, take it on the Michigan Wolverines. Nick had his first start against these guys last year and balled out. We'll see if they can get their revenge. This is going to be a tough one. Michigan comes into this game at like a 92 overall, but Nick guarding the slant here, and they're going to test us. Give me that. Can we get out of there? We are not quite going to have the blocks for it, but that's a great start. Offense wasn't quite able to get anything out of it, but that felt good. And oh man, I didn't realize that was coming our way. That's unfortunate. I easily could have picked that off. That puts Indiana in great position, as they're going to go with an end around here. We're going to try to get to that, but there's just no way we can get through the wash, and the Wolverines take the lead early on. Offense was able to bounce back with a touchdown, but they missed the extra point, and they're coming to us on the slant again. Damn, we get the breakup, but the ball goes right through Nick's hands. Surprised they're testing us like this early on. Michigan's overall been passing the ball more than I thought, but running it here will help out with the tackle a little bit. And this game is a battle headed into the second half. Hopefully they run that slant play again, because offense clearly needs us to get another pick. They've been going pretty run heavy though, and on this play we send a blitz, but absolutely nobody there. It's going to be an easy first down, and we are in trouble. Taking a loss before we even get into SEC play would be brutal. We've got our backs against the wall going into the fourth, and Michigan dumping it off to their tight end, making it 1st and goal. Need some magic here, fellas. Let's see what we can do. They're just going to run it, and Nick can't get off the block. So much for magic. Offense wasn't able to get anything anyways, so it is pretty much over. Only chance now is a pick 6 or something, and we're going to get our chance here on the bubble. Nick gets his hands on it and drops it. That is brutal, dude. No timeouts left. We head down under the 2-minute warning, and on 3rd down, we're at least able to shoot the gap and get a stop, but it is not enough. Offense turns it right back over, and Michigan's just going to be able to kneel it out. A couple missed opportunities, but ultimately, our offense needs to be better than 9 points. Not a huge game from Nick, but he came down with the only turnover of the day and had a couple deflections as well. We won't have to wait too long for a chance at redemption though. We've got number 1 Georgia at home. This is going to be our biggest challenge of this season. They got a 99 overall offense. Nick is going to have to go crazy. Offense didn't do anything to start, and Georgia's got the ball. They're going to run right at us, and Nick trying to strip the ball is going to knock it out. It'll be a forced fumble, but of course Georgia picks it up. Still a beautiful play from our boy though. That was a big missed opportunity, because I don't think offense has given us a whole lot in this game. On an ensuing 3rd down though, Nick playing coverage, and we're going to have to swat that out. We do it. Another nice play from number 2. Offense continues to struggle though. They turned it over, and Georgia's got it on the goal line, just going to be able to sneak it in for a touchdown. Not an ideal first quarter at all, but late in the 3rd, offense was was finally able to get a touchdown. So we're right back in it and trying to get the tackle on the quarterback. I wanted to force the fumble again. That'll take us to the fourth quarter. We got to be bend don't break on defense here, and they're going with a screen. Nick's going to work under the block and fly in for the tackle. Big time play. That makes it 3rd and 13. Pick here would be beautiful, man. Come on. Let's see. Georgia just going slants, and I wanted to bait that up. Quarterback flush from the pocket, and he'll go down. We need something from offense here. And they go on a monster touchdown drive. Let's go. Now we just got to play some good defense, but we can't let Georgia into field goal range. And they're already threatening running the ball up the middle here, and nobody was home. We sent the blitz. It did not hit, and just like that, they're already in position to get 3. We're going to have to start thinking about using our timeouts, but they're running it again, and once again, nobody home. Our defense is tired, and it's going to come down to our offense. This is a potentially big 2-point conversion, though, and Georgia passing the ball. We're on that, and dude, double coverage, we can't break it up. All right, offense, can they work a miracle? Nope. So we take a brutal L. We just needed to hold on for 2 minutes, and we couldn't do it. And Nick just didn't get that chance for a pick today. Had a couple nice tackles and the forced fumble, but we need more out of him. This season is off to an absolutely terrible start. Hopefully we can turn it around against Kentucky, and somehow they do still have us ranked number 21, and I'm going to take the fact that they almost threw us a pick there already as a good sign. We need to get one here soon. We've got a little drought. This game has unfortunately been pretty boring, but offense has at least scored a little bit. I'm just frustrated at how much our coach is making Nick move around. I feel like having to play nickel has really hurt his interception numbers so far. Maybe we'll have a chance here though. It's that screen formation, and Nick gonna dive for the pick, but can't quite get it. That would have been a crazy play. It does seem like we're in a little bit of danger against Kentucky, but here on 3rd down, we got perfect coverage, and their quarterback's gonna take a sack. Need offense to put this game away, dude. Sadly, they can't do it. So with 3 minutes left, we're clinging to a 4-point lead. And oh my god, dude, we were so close to jumping that for a pick. We were able to get Kentucky to 4th down, and they're actually going for this. This play probably gonna decide the game. Nick's dude is running a crossing route, and we got stuck on him. Should have been a pick. Instead, we give up a killer 1st down. We're able to get him back to 3rd down though. And on 3rd and 21, let's see, trying to guard the seam. Their quarterback's gonna fumble. We pick it up, and that should thankfully do it. Gonna go back to the house. We survive Kentucky, and we'll have a chance to get a pick with a minute left. But they're just not throwing the ball our way right now, dude. Gonna have our last chance here on 4th and long, and I'm gonna bait the hell out of this. Dude is gonna throw it, and he put a ton of air under it. Just enough time for Nick to get under it, and come on, man. Let's take this. Let's take this. We've got a good lane, and we're gonna try to hit a spin move that actually worked out nice. There are a lot of guys pursuing Nick, but he's got a ton of room. We're gonna hit one more spin move and won't be able to get out of there, but that was a hell of a return. That felt like a big play personally for Nick, and we grit out a tough dub. Not a crazy day by any means, but 7 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a pick is pretty good. The SEC grind continues as we head to Mississippi State, who is actually undefeated. And what is up with all these rain games? Not sure what to expect from the Bulldogs today, but Nick needs to have a big game if he wants to stay in the Heisman picture. Mississippi State's gonna have a 3rd and 16 early on. This should be a good opportunity, and this is looking like a deep ball. I think it's coming Nick's way. We just gotta time it right, and we will. With the rain coming down, the pick drought has officially been broken. Now maybe we'll start going crazy again. Offense has unfortunately been struggling. Absolutely nothing from them in the first half, and they played okay in the Kentucky game, but this is starting to become a theme. Defense for its part has been elite, so things are looking dire late in the 3rd quarter. The big strength of this defense though, we've gotten a ton of sacks. I think we got like 6+ on the game. This offense just continues to be depressing, man, and they're going play action here. We've got a chance at a pick, but he puts the ball out of reach. Missed opportunity there for sure. We got a 3rd down and long, playing man coverage in the slot again, and not great coverage by Nick, but we're gonna get the stop. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna happen though. Is Mississippi State's defense really that good? Just been such a disappointment on that side of the ball after how last season went. And on 3rd down, was hoping to bait something up again. They just dump it off. And offense turns it over. We got 21 seconds left, and they somehow managed to leave us all 3 timeouts, but Mississippi State will pick up the 1st down. I'm gonna try to go for the strip, but we can't get it. That loss might just put us out of the playoff picture. We're gonna need to run the table in SEC play now. It is embarrassing that we lost that game with how good defense was. And at 2-3, some might think that Nick would start focusing on other activities, but he's gonna keep locking in and try to win this Heisman Trophy. And bro, we're about to have another rain game. Are you kidding me? And we are just limping into the Red River rivalry here. We're gonna have a downpour for the Red River rivalry, which I feel like doesn't happen too often. And by the way, Red River rivalry is a tongue twister, dude. Every time I said that, I sound stupid. We just really need something good to happen today. Even if it's a loss where Nick gets like 3 picks or something, I'd honestly be happy. I just want to see some crazy stats Cats, and Texas going to the flats here. Nick is going to be able to fly in for a tackle. At least we get a couple tackles to start the game. Defense has actually started this game out great, but all offense has given us is a turnover. This is an ugly game in the end of the first quarter. Big time 4th and inches here, and I was watching out for the screen again, but Texas running off tackle, and we actually are going to stop that. Offense is able to muster up 3. I guess we'll take it, guys. This has been a legitimate masterclass from this defense. We haven't given an inch. And hey, they actually get a touchdown coming out of half. Now we're looking pretty good, and Nick trying to bait something up here. They're actually going to throw his way. That ball is too high and gets knocked around. Bro, no way the wide receiver catches that. That is actually insane luck for Texas. They're going to pick up a first down. That was just the type of play that Texas needed, but we got to just flush that and stand strong. We have been doing a great job of shutting down the run game. And on 3rd and 12, Nick manned up against the slot. They're actually going with screens, and they go the other way, and somehow nobody is there to make a play. Come on, guys. We're in press man coverage, and we can't guard that. And offense, dude, they got to be leading the country in turnovers. This is nuts. They give Texas the ball right back inside our 25. Our nice little lead has evaporated, and on 2nd and goal, I thought we were about to get in the gap, but I got some weird animation, and Baxter's going to give the Longhorns the lead. Okay, offense starting to wake up, though. They pick up a touchdown. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to come up with that 3rd down stop. Gonna have another chance on 3rd and 5, though, and Nick playing the flats. This looks like some kind of weird screen. I thought it was slants, and we're able to blow that up, picking up a big time tackle for loss. I don't even have to say what offense just did, though. They've at least put up points today, but they stink. Texas has continued to just run the ball incessantly, but looks like a screen pass here. They go right to Nick's man, and we strap that up again. Despite no pick numbers, it's been a pretty good game from Nick. But with a tie game, Texas has got the ball back with 2 minutes left, and this is a tough ask from a defense that's been on the field literally all day, it feels like. I am sick of playing nickel, by the way. I'm hoping this is only a 1-year thing, but I don't know why our defensive coordinator wanted to mess with perfection. It's at least helped Nick become a better tackler, but it's just so much harder to make opportunities for interceptions, and even when we have great man coverage, it seems like they just don't come our way. Texas is starting to threaten here. They're right on the edge of field goal range, and just going drag. Oh my god, dude, we were right there for the breakup, but somehow that gets through us. Literally couldn't have had better coverage there. Come on. Unbelievably frustrating stuff, and Texas just going up the middle to add insult to injury. Nick's gonna get stiff-armed into the damn ground, and that seems pretty emblematic of our season so far. We take a crushing loss to Texas, and the score really belies how bad offense was in this one. Look at this, boys. Our quarterback was 7 for 30. He had a 23% completion percentage. What is going on? This Oklahoma team really tricked me in year 1, man. I really thought it was going to be a complete team for Nick. The frustrations are beginning to pile up, and halfway through the year, Nick's pick numbers have been basically cut in half. But notice that this year we're leading the team in tackles, so that's one thing we've been able to do at the nickel spot at least. We just got to make the best of it. Next game we're taking on Texas A&M back at home, and they're going slant. Nick is able to jump it, and thank you, dude. We needed this so bad. Nick picks off Reed, and this is of course going to go all the way back for a pick 6. This is what we can do if you just put us at the outside cornerback spot, coach. Couldn't have asked for a better start for this game, and Reed keeping on a QB keeper, and Nick is going to blow this up in the backfield, forcing the fumble and picking it up himself. Let's go. In a way, maybe playing some nickel will be good for his career because it's toughened him up a little bit. He's making tackles he wasn't making before. 17-0 lead feels beautiful after a couple of tough games, and guarding the flats, we're going to bait that up, and they're coming our way. Nick gets hands on it but can't catch it. So Texas A&M's drive continues, and they've finally got some movement going on here. Nick's struggling to get off the block, but eventually gets the tackle on that one. On top of the turnovers, it has been a really good tackling day so far, and Texas A&M going with a screen. We're going to fly in and come up with another nice one. Aggies have got it on the goal line though, and running it right into the teeth of the defense. They are finally going to get on the board. And make no mistake, our offense is not here to help us today. They turn the ball over again, but they're coming Nick's way here, and we're going to leap for an interception, falling back into the end zone, his second of the day. Things are looking great here, and Nick playing a little flat zone. We're going to run with the seam for a little bit just to make sure they don't give that up, but coming back to the curl, they throw it at the perfect time, but oh, we're just a millisecond late on a pick 6. Still able to get a nice breakup. And this game is still far from over in the third quarter, but we got A&M backed up, and they're going off tackle here. What are you doing, man? We're going to pick up a big time safety, and offense finally trying to put a game away for us. We got a 17-point lead headed into the fourth quarter, and now we can try to do this aggressive baiting. I really want to get at least one more pick before we're out of here, and A&M going with a drag route here. Nick jumps that perfectly, and why are you throwing that, dude? We're going the other way, and it's going to be our third pick 6 of the season, and Nick's 4th turnover on the day. The crazy thing is we could have a couple more. This is a good old-fashioned defensive blowout, and we're not done yet. Playing the nickel here, they're going to go with a fade ball, and Nick not in perfect position position but gets a breakup. That's his third deflection of the day. We're stuffing the stat sheet and playing a deep zone here. I'm seeing that curl. We're going to come down and get another breakup. That was one of those games where you don't really ever want it to end because the stats today were just too crazy. 3 picks, 4 pass deflections, and don't forget about that forced fumble. I don't know if that'll quite put us back in the Heisman picture, but like it should, right? You have a ton of momentum going into a game against number 8 Florida. Maybe we can get back on track, and Nick gonna start this out with a forced fumble, but actually it probably would have been better if we didn't force that. Still a nice statistical start to this game, and when it comes down to it, we're 3-4. That's what we really care about at this point. Despite a couple of nice plays though, Florida's driving the ball and running it up the middle here. Their running back absolutely killed our guy, and unfortunately we just haven't been able to stop Florida's offense since that forced fumble. Their running back is like impossible to bring down due to the unit. DJ Lagway also seems to have improved a lot. He's passing it pretty well and running it all over us here. Nick's finally going to show him out of bounds coming across the field, and the Gators are really just running the ball down our throats at this point. Our run defense has been strong all season, but with offense not giving us any support, it's tough to be consistent. Desperately need to stop here on this third down, and Nick's man gonna run an out route. We didn't play that very well, but we're at least able to make the tackle short of the sticks. Unfortunately, offense remains radio silent, and I was hoping they would throw us a bone there with that bubble screen. With Florida driving it again, things are starting to look grim, and man, we really have been close to picks a couple of times, just haven't been able to get the timing quite right. Gonna have another third down here, and looks like they're going with a screen. Nick gonna get off the blocks and make a really nice tackle short. This has been a good tackling game from him. Offense was able to get a touchdown coming out of halftime, but we're gonna need some more than that. It's kind of pick 6 or lose at this point. On this second down, I'm 100% selling out for that screen, and they're not gonna throw it, so we were lucky our dude ran it in. Nick's able to make the tackle, and we're gonna have 3rd and 8. Feels like we need a pick, and our dude running an in route. We played that perfectly, and diving for the pick. We're not quite able to come down with it. Still a nice play though. Offense still refusing to give us anything though. Florida's gonna have the ball right back on goal line, but Nick laying down a big hit, and we're gonna get yet another stop. Okay, offense was able to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, so we're technically in this with 2 minutes left. And for some reason, Florida's passing the ball. Their quarterback's gonna fumble, and oh, we were so close to getting to it. That's one that we had to have. But Florida's going with the screen formation. Could it be, bro? Could it be they're gonna throw this to us? Yes, they are. Nick's got the pick, and he's going the other way. An insanely clutch play, and now we just need a 2-point conversion from the offense. And if you expected them to actually get that, you're pretty foolish. But we've at least got a chance here with 2 minutes left. We got all 3 timeouts left. On 2nd and 11, Nick's coming on a nickel blitz, but oh no, we got too far inside and we can't get out of there. Nobody's there to help us. And the Florida running back picks up a potentially killer first down. So despite an incredibly clutch play from Nick, the upset bid gonna fall just short. In a different world, that could have been a Heisman moment. But with the team falling to 3-5, this is starting to feel a little bit like Mike Pemulis' senior season, and we're even putting up similar stats to him. We were at least able to lock up National Defensive Player of the Week. And the next game against New Mexico, the stands are looking a little bit thin, and the Lobos actually have a better record than us, which is a little bit embarrassing. But on an early 3rd down, Nick's gonna come up with a tackle for the stop. Offense got a touchdown in the first quarter for the first time, and it feels like a while, so hopefully we'll be okay here. I really don't want this game to be close, man. Nick coming up with a big hit there early, trying to force another fumble, and coming off the edge again. He is going to kill the running back. Looks like our guys playing angry in this one early on and guarding the seam here. They're gonna come our way, and give me that first pick of the day for Nick, and we got some room to run, breaking out of the tackle, and we're gonna get up out of there. I don't know where all the other wide receivers are at, but we're gonna high step into the end zone for a touchdown. That's one of the nicest plays in Nick's career so far. Okay, let's keep moving, build off of that, and they're gonna come right to us again, bro. They're in a little bit over our head on the slant. Thankfully the wide receiver drops the ball. These Oklahoma fans better be grateful. They're witnessing defensive magnificence, because they might not be seeing it for too much longer. Nick is just doing his best to battle through this demoralizing season, and we're gonna have to take stock of what we want to do at the end of the year. And mind you, I was really expecting to just stay at Oklahoma for 4 years. Even against New Mexico, the offense is totally lackluster, and they're trying to go with a screen here. Nick gets in there, but bro, I hit the Y button. It made me jump, and there is nobody else home. This receiver's gonna take it to the house. All of a sudden, it looks like the Lobos could tie up this game, and they're going for 2 here. Nick's at least able to plug this up, stopping the halfback screen. Offense was finally able to get a touchdown, thankfully, but this is just too close for comfort. We cannot let these dudes score again. Probably going to have 2 down territory here on 3rd and 8, and kind of a weird formation. Nick's man going to run a corner route, and we're on that step for step. Ball's going to come in, and Nick's on it, getting his 2nd pick of the day, and come on, dude. I know these dudes are slow on offense. We pick up a block, and Nick is down the sidelines. It'll be another pick 6 as we high step into the end zone, taunting the quarterback. Nick has gotten half of the team's points today, and playing the nickel again, we're almost able to get another one on the out route. We got to go find a way to get that back. And the tight end running a little zig route here. We undercut that perfectly, and there we go. We get a 2nd chance, and Nick doesn't disappoint. How about 3 pick 6s on the day, man? This is exactly what I wanted to do in this game. We put what was looking like a scary game totally away, and with these slow receivers, we can really bait up the deep balls. They're going to try us here, and Nick with a chance at his 4th can't quite come down with it. Open for another chance here before it's all said and done, and they're going for the out route again. We are going to get pause on that, even though it wasn't intended for Nick's man. And we'll have 4th and 17, last gasp for the Lobos, and oh, I thought that was coming our way. Oh, they did actually pick that up though. Come on, tackle this guy. Let's go. I'll take that, man. We get another chance at a pick now. Down on the goal line, I'm a run zone. Just try to strafe up and see if we can get him to throw us the ball, and I actually do think that was coming to us, but it gets deflected. Our linebacker's able to get it, and that'll do it. Another great game from Nick. We pull away from New Mexico late, and this is what we needed to get back in Heisman contention. The pick 6s were big, and Nick's putting up pretty high deflection numbers as well. And in his sophomore season, Nick Sabaka has broken the national career interceptions record, and the NIL offers are really starting to roll in. Oh, and that actually got us right up to number 1 on the Heisman watch. Okay, I guess the stats are looking pretty good again. With 3 games left, we got 12 interceptions, and look at the interception return yard. We're averaging 40 yards a return, 7 touchdowns, 10 deflections, and 3 forced fumbles. Going into our next game against Arkansas, it feels like we got something to play for again. And down here in the red zone, they're going to test Nick. We've got the ball right in our hands, and he drops it. I thought we were past that. That is pretty frustrating, man. We played absolutely perfect coverage there, and guarding the zig route here, Arkansas going to go to the other side and pick up a touchdown. But offense actually responds. Okay, boys, maybe we got a chance here. And on the ensuing drive, Nick playing strap up coverage on 3rd down, was hoping they'd come our way, but they go somewhere else instead, and looks like that's going to be a pick. Good to see Nick's teammates coming up with something. And offense having its best game in a minute. Arkansas's defense is probably just bad, but I'm happy, and this defense going to come up with another pick. Nick dropped his, but his teammates are sure-handed so far. Despite the poor first drive, it's looking like a great defensive performance, and Nick playing some tight man coverage. They're going to throw right at him, and he drops it again. What is going on with our boy? Doesn't seem like the quarterback is shy about coming his way, and we just got to keep being patient because Nick's been playing some great coverage. They're running this little stack formation, and I'm watching out for the screen, but they're going to go C route instead, and we're all over that, but of course the quarterback overthrows it. With offense bailing out though, we're going to continue to have chances to play aggressive coverage and guarding the out route here. I'm surprised they didn't get us for illegal contact, but the ball comes our way, and Nick drops it again. We have a case of the brick hands today. This is crazy. This despite the fact that Nick has like a wide receiver level catching stat is crazy, but it looks like we're going to continue to get our chances. This 4th and 26 is going to be our last hope, but of course our guy just runs an in route. Razorback's going to chuck it deep, and that just gets swatted around. So despite having multiple chances, we don't come down with a single interception. Good to see offense play nice though. I do fear that that game could drop us out of the Heisman watch. Maybe the 3 deflections will save us. And okay, we actually stay number 1 on here. That's kind of surprising. Hopefully a chance for another big game in this next one against Ohio. And on a 3rd down in the 2nd quarter, dude's going with a zig, and quarterback throws that way too late. Nick gets on it, and this is going to go back for 6. Exactly what we wanted to see. We should have a chance to make another play here before halftime. Ohio going no huddle, and I was really hoping he'd throw that slant. Instead, the quarterback actually takes off, and for some reason doesn't slide. I wish we could have gotten a forced fumble on that. It does seem like Ohio's kind of here to stick around, so we can't let them score on this drive. Need to shut this down, and I wasn't ready for the bubble screen there. But we make the tackle, and with time ticking down in the half, 3rd and 12, we box up, and our defensive line has just been getting crazy pressure all day. So things look solid headed into the 2nd half. We got a comfortable 2-score lead, and they're going to go with a screen to Nick here. We're almost able to get in, but at least able to make a tackle for loss. And offense, thankfully not too slow in this one, is able to put the game away. Should just be able to play play for picks, and they come our way. Dude, if the quarterback did not get hit, that was a pick six. Last gas from Ohio here on 4th and 1, and they're just gonna run it. We will plug that up easily. Time's ticking down under a minute, and Ohio gonna go with a deep ball here. We baited that up perfectly, and Nick is going to go up and get it. There we go. Was worried I wouldn't be able to see the ball, but it turns out to be a nice statistical game after all. Should keep us atop the Heisman watch. Nick led the team in tackles with 10 total, 1 for loss, 2 picks including a pick six. That's enough to earn us National Defensive Player of the Week, and we are hanging on to that #1 Heisman spot. This season has flown by, and just like that, we're going to close it out playing Vanderbilt in a home night game, and Vanderbilt coming out in a double stack. On the first play, Nick's going to abandon his man, jump the screen, and come up with a diving pick. Let's go. I could care less about the result of this game. We are here to get interceptions. We're pretty much just going to go straight man coverage today, and for some reason, Nick gets credited with a tackle for loss there. Hoping for another screen here with this stack look, and they are going to show it again, but we didn't quick Y soon enough, and that is a big missed opportunity. One weird thing about this season, Nick's made a ton of plays, but he's also missed out on a lot of plays. I expect that we'll get some more chances in this game before it's all said and done though. And guarding the seam here, they're going to try Nick out. What are you doing, bro? We got our safety there too, and we're not going to be able to get out of the end zone for the return, but I'll take it. 2 picks in the first half. We appear to be locking down that Heisman right now. Despite his discomfort at playing the nickel position, Nick has continued to find play after play to make there. Mind you, he's had to switch between playing nickel and playing normal outside corner, which is a big adjustment to be making on a play-to-play basis. The coverage is totally different. Again though, I think it's helped him develop skills that'll be useful for the rest of his career. He's become a much more physical player, and playing an outside zone here, we're going to get a case in point in that as he absolutely crushes the Vanderbilt receiver. Things are looking great headed into the 4th quarter. Offense seems like they've righted the ship, and Nick getting a chance at another pick here. Oh, we're so close to that, dude. That's what I'm saying about missed opportunities, and it's actually going to turn into a big play for Vanderbilt. And I didn't show most of it because I didn't think it would matter, but Vanderbilt's actually been able to kind of claw back into this game. So with a minute left, we got to make sure they don't get into the end zone here. Need to play careful coverage, and Nick's man running a zig. I was really hoping they'd throw us that, but instead they've got a guy downfield, and this is starting to look scary all of a sudden. I thought this game was 100% over, but with time ticking down under 40 seconds, Vanderbilt has a chance, and we're going to need to hold them off for another 30 seconds. Nick just playing zone coverage here, and okay, that'll at least take some time off the clock. We're going to sit back and cover 4, just trying to keep everything in front of us, but they're going deep, and okay, we're able to get an interception. That'll do it. Too close for comfort, but we end the season with a dub, and we ended up with a respectable 7-5 record. Not what's expected from a talented Oklahoma team, but still better than what it was looking like it would be. Hopefully Nick locked down the Heisman today. He definitely could have done it more emphatically. Our chances would be greatly improved if we weren't watching the conference championship from the sidelines. And here we go. Nick Sabaka locks down the Walter Camp Award, wins the Maxwell Award as well, and we're gonna win the Heisman Trophy. Let's go. Our stats actually took a drop off from last year, but I guess showing that it wasn't a fluke was enough. And if we get put at our normal cornerback spot next year, I think Nick could put up 30 or more interceptions. I think the big thing that saved us was that Nick's tackle numbers this season were honestly elite. He had 87 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, and along with his 16 interceptions, he had 8 touchdowns, 14 deflections, and 3 forced fumbles as well as a fumble recovery. We will unfortunately have a pretty annoying bowl game matchup against Navy, so playing the nickel might not actually be too bad in this one. I do think our defense is probably going to lock down in this one, and on an early 3rd down, I see that zig route coming open. We're going to be able to fly in and make the tackle short. I'm not sure how much Navy's going to pass the ball in this game, but looks like they're just going to go with slants on 3rd and long, and we can bait that up all day against these slow receivers. Give me that. It'll be our 17th pick on the season, and let me try a little juke move. We're not able to get out of there. And as predicted, the midshipmen just haven't been able to do anything on offense. This option doesn't work the same on the game as it does in real life. The only bad thing about this game so far is that Nick somehow managed to get pancaked on the QB kneel before halftime. And the other thing that hasn't been much fun is that you can't skip plays in Road to Glory for whatever reason, which is something I would really like to be doing something of this game. And Nick almost comes up with another interception there, but Navy's receiver just dunked on him. Maybe these boys should be throwing the ball more, I don't know. And that turned out to be just about the last interesting play of the game as we get an easy dub against Navy. Not much to write home about. Nick got his pick and got out of there. We finished the season with 17 picks overall, and now it's decision time for Nick. Should he stick around at Oklahoma, or should he take his chances at somewhere better? Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.